Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's David Hodge. Welcome. This is a continuation of the 7 churches exposed. Today's topic, Satan. All right, brothers and sisters. Satan, which is false Israel. There is no spooks or spirits. There is no Satan, no devils, no demons in hell waiting on you to torment and torture you for eternity. Your enemies, which are these devils, these demons, Satan, have deceived you into believing that spooks and spirits and mystery gods exist to psychologically torture you, to attack your mind, to have you walk around blind, have you walking around unsure, you see, confused. Their job is to destroy you, to not give you the ability to look at these individuals in their face. You see, so you won't be able to identify them. You see? Because they are the devils, the demons, Satan. You see? They're individual people, individuals. You see? And Satan is false Israel. How do I know that? Because the scripture is clear on it. And so it says in the 7 churches, which is found in Revelations chapters 2 and 3, verse 9, both chapters. It says what? The Almighty God says what? He says, I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. Okay, so who are the ones claiming to be Jews? It's false Israel, right? Aren't they the Jews? And it says what? The ones saying themselves Jews to be, and what they are. They're lying. And it says what? The synagogue of what? Satan. They're the ones who have synagogues, right? So it's clear. Worshipping sinners of what? Satan. And then Jesus follows up and says what? And the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. See? So he clarifies it. He makes it even more clear. He's direct. They're Satan. The blasphemy, violation are the ones saying what? Jews, right? They're the ones that's doing it, right? And not they are, but what? Satan. So are you saying Jesus is a liar? You calling Jesus a liar? You saying he don't know what he's talking about? When he clearly is saying that they're synagogue of Satan, that they're Satan. You see? It's clear. And not only that, it also says here, right here, brothers and sisters, that they're false. In their name. Look, false Israel, meaning not real. Fake, phony, fiction, make-believe, not it. They're not Israel. You see? Because they spell it, well, they told you they were false, which means it's not real. And then right here, they spell real wrong. You see these 2 vowels? Flip them. Excuse me. If you flip them, that's how you spell real. So something that's real is spelled like this. Israel, Israel. So there's another identification that they're false. Then it says here, right? Jewish. We know that wish means wish. Well, right, if you wish, we know wishes aren't real. You can't wish for nothing. You can't pray for nothing. Right. Wishing is like praying. It, it doesn't work. Never has and never will. You see? It's fake. It's not real. And it doesn't work. You see? So they wish that they were Jews. But it says they're what? It says they're Satan. In the word, the suffix word ish means not, means kinda, sorta, somewhat, kinda like a man. You see? Means not like a, it's kinda like a man. Not really a man. Same with Jewish. Sort of Jew. You see? Sort of a Jew. Sort of something like it. But not it. Like the image of something. It's not exactly that. It's not it. You see? The image of something is not is not it. I mean, it's not the real thing. So they're Jewish. Meaning they're Satan. You see? And also when Jesus had a conversation with the Jews, right? He told them that their father's the devil. You see? So they're not, right, that's another indication that they're not who they claim to be. Because Jesus told them. He's telling them now. He said that the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, is Satan. You see? And they wish they were Jews because the word Jew comes from the word Judah, which is original tribe, Levite tribe. You see? Africans, original Africans, the tribe of Judah. So they wish that they were original, but they're not. They're Satan. Their father's the devil. They're weak. They're wicked. You see? Evil, twisted, Satan. You see? They wish they were, but they were indeed Satan. You see? And also, right, with that being said, that's why it says, as many ones as not are having a teaching this, who not they knew the things deeper to Satan, that what? That Satan would disguise himself as an angel of light. But he was indeed Satan. You see? He was Satan the whole time. Had everybody believing that he was God's chosen people, who they set up to counter our claim. You see? Because we are the true seed of Abraham. So when they found out, they established these people in Palestine. You see? To counter our claim. You see? By setting them up, they blessed themselves. Because they was cursing God's people. Us. You see? The real Israel. You see? So false Israel is not who they claim to be. They're false. You see? And they're not the true seed of Abraham. They're Satan, who was set up by these devils to steal our inheritance and rob our nation. You see? So we are indeed the blessed ones. But they blessed them instead and made their own rules, made their own reality, and blessed false Israel. Because, I mean, if they didn't place them in that land, then they'll be eating consequence. Right? They would have to accept the fact that they were tormenting God's people, which they didn't want to hear that noise. They said they had no fear of consequence for their eyes. They had no fear of consequence. So that's why they set up false Israel, because they think they can get away with all these things. You see? So they set them up to bless themselves and curse you. You see? So they set that up to make themselves seem holy, seem great, seem like good people. You see? Seem like, right. Make themselves look good. Make themselves feel better. Walk around feeling better. Walk around better courage. Walk around with better self-importance. Now you feel good. You spiritual seed of Abraham, right? The blessed ones, because we blessing Israel. It says, bless those who bless Israel. So what did that mean for you? You're nothing. You're cursed. You're cursed black. Cursed to be slaves forever. You see, even in hell, God cursed you black. God hated you himself. So who are you? We can do whatever we want to you because God hated you himself. And we gave you a second chance at life. You were nothing. And we gave you a chance that God wouldn't even give you. See, that's the conversation that they had. That's how they talk. That's how they think. You see? So they justify tormenting and torturing us. You see? By blessing Israel and cursing you because you're nothing. You're Ham. You're cursed. You're nothing. You see? So that's what they went along with. But indeed, that's not true. You're the blessed ones, brothers and sisters. And they don't teach you these things, and they don't tell you these things because they're trying to escape judgment. They're trying to escape the consequences of tormenting God's people. And that's not going to work, you see. But they're going to keep this lie going. They're going to keep this lie with false Israel claiming to be God's chosen people because they set this reality up to make themselves look good. So they got to go along with it. No matter if Satan's looking bad, they got to stick behind Satan. They got to rock with Satan. They got to roll with him. You see, take all the punches, even if Satan is on some Satan stuff, right? I mean, they on some devil stuff, so Satan like to hell with it. You see? Look, don't get the pointing fingers because we can point fingers at you, America. So they gotta roll with Satan. You see, and America don't want to blow their cover because they're hiding behind Satan anyway. So they gotta roll with whatever Satan's doing, and that's the God's chosen people. So no matter what they do, they can do what they want to do. And we bless Israel. You see, and curse those no good Negroes, those black Negro bots. You see. So anyway, they're going to keep blessing Israel. They're going to keep rooting for Israel. And they're going to keep rooting for your destruction. They're going to keep having you push the American dream, you see, which Satan is in control of. He's the one controlling the American dream. He's the one controlling the media, the mainstream media, what you hear and what you see. He's the one controlling all the entertainment and all the. He's the one in there. He got his foot in every avenue of your destruction. You see? So he's the one that put the demons in front of you. He's the one torturing and destroying your image because he has indeed stolen your image, claiming to be you, claiming to be the modest, holy angel, claiming to be the good people, and you're the savages, nothing, punks, whores, prostitutes, drug dealers, idiots, savages, clowns, comedians, dummies. You see? That's what he did. Torched your image. And he put his black-faced children in your way. He put them at the front of the television, at the sound that your children and yourselves are listening to as an advocate, as a role model. You see? Using them to destroy you, telling you what to do, telling you to be other than self, telling you, convincing you and programming you to be other than self, committing acts that's against you, that's destroying you. You see? Drinking, smoking, killing, stealing, cheating, all these things, you see? Homosexual, right. Right. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Teaching you to sleep with everybody, sleep with anybody, sleep with the same sex, do these things, programming your children, programming yourselves, telling you what to do, telling you how to do it, showing you what to do, showing you how to do it, constantly pushing it 24/7, and Satan is the one over that. He's the one approving it. He's the one promoting it. He's the one pushing it, and he have you watching it, and have you believing that these demons are you, but they're not. They're devils in black skin. They're devils in black skin. You see, Caucasian and black skin. They're not who they. They're not you. They're wolves in sheep clothing, and they're cancer to our body. They're cancer to our nation. You see, to our people, because they look like us, but they're not us. You see, they're massive black-faced children who are trying to annihilate you. All right, they're helping the agenda. They're with the agenda, which is to wipe you out. And they don't realize that they're going to be wiped out as well. So if they knew that, would they truly be helping Massa? Who knows? Because it seems like they don't give a damn because they think they can talk their way out of it. You see? But that's not going to happen. You see? Because we're in fact, they're going to be destroyed completely. See, that's another topic. However, Satan is the one completely invested in your destruction. He was the one who made riches off making fun of you. Don't forget Al Joseph, blackface, making fun of your situation, your misery. You see, he's the one that fully invested in the slave trade, invested in your destruction, constantly pushing, um, that media, that radio, that sound, that video, constantly have things out to destroy you constantly because, like I said, he stole your vision. So he has to destroy yours. He stole your vision and has to destroy yours to destroy your credibility. So you can't come back and say, hey, he stole my identity. No one's going to believe you. You see, because you don't match up to be a seed of Abraham. You don't match up to be God's chosen people. You're not modest people. You're a bunch of idiots. You're a bunch of clowns who can't do nothing. You see, but make jokes and act like and perform at a circus. You see, that's what they wanted you to be, a clown, be a damn fool, be out here looking like damn fools. That's what they've done. It's a condition we're in. That's what condition they put us in, because all to annihilate you. Once they kill you, no one gives a damn because you were nothing anyway. That's what they wanted. You see, a bunch of people who depended on the system, depended on other people because you couldn't do nothing for yourself. But that's what they did to us. You see, a reflection of your condition. I mean, your condition is a reflection of their hate. They hate you. You see, and they did all these things to you because they've been trying to get rid of you. You see, they've been trying to escape consequence because they don't want to face that. So they're trying to write their own story. They're trying to make their own reality. But then they won't be successful. You see. So, however, this is the black men and women of America's true vision. And it said that people without a vision will perish, which is why they don't give you a vision. This is why your pastors, your preachers, and your reverends, and your so-called spiritual leaders and so-called pro-blacks don't speak about this, because they work for massa. They're massa's black-faced children. They're in your way. Their job is to destroy you, to keep you thinking about the American dream 24/7, pushing masses' vision, which is your destruction. So they're not going to give you this. They're taught not to give you these certain things, definitely not give you this vision, because then now you be headed in a different direction, which is saving your life. And their tactic is to destroy you. So, however, like I explained, you got Satan who claimed to be the seed of Abraham. So he should be able to fit this to a T. So let's see if he do. You see, the only person that does is a black man and woman of America, but he claimed he can do it. So let's see if he can do it. It says, and God said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be sojourners. So it says, know of a surety that thy seed shall be sojourners. See, it says surety means certainly. That thy seed of what? Abraham. Which it says Abram because he was split from the seed. He was called Abram because he was split from the seed until he unite with his seed. Then he be called Abraham. So speaking about Abraham, his seed. But they're not the seed of Abraham. Jesus said they're the seed of the devil. Their father's the devil. You see? Yeah, so that right off the bat, they already don't even fit the description. Just that quick. And it says sojourners, meaning to be temporarily in the land that's not theirs. So they claim to have been the Israelites that was delivered out of right? They claim to be the Israelites that were delivered out of Egypt, right? Okay, so if that was true, then they was delivered from Egypt to Palestine. Well, isn't that next door? That's not a land that's not theirs. It's not a strange land, foreign land. That's next door. That's right across the street. For any deed to be foreign, it would have to be from east to west to east for it to be foreign. So this is another indication that they're not who they claim to be, because they still sitting in the same land. They still sitting in the same land. They still in the same area. You see, which is another indication they're not who they claim to be. And it says this: the seed of Abraham was go through servitude and affliction for 400 years. So what did they go through? They went through the Holocaust for 5-6 years or so, right? And so that's not 400 years. And on top of that, Jesus had a conversation with them. He said, the truth shall set you free. And they didn't understand what he's saying because they don't have the same understanding. They got different nature. So they told on themselves and said, what do you mean by this? It set you free. We never been in bondage to any man. So right at the bat, they exposed themselves for not being in bondage, which so means that they never was under servitude to anybody. So this is another indication that they know that they don't fit the description of a Semite or a seed of Abraham, because the seed of Abraham will go through servitude and affliction for 400 years, which they do not fit the description. And it says, also the nation whom they serve will I judge. You see? Okay, so when 1619, 2019, 2020, you see? 1619, 2019, the 400 years, 2020, the year of the plague. You see? That's the judgment. 2020 was the year of judgment, the plague that would kill the firstborn, meaning the elderly, but pass over those with the lamb's blood. But it didn't pass over the devils. Didn't pass over the Satan, false Israel. Didn't pass over the Caucasian nations. It hit them, but it was supposed to. They're supposed to pass over them because they supposed to be God's people, right? But it didn't. See? But it passed over who? It passed over the black men and women of America, the original black men and women of America. It passed over Africa, Hades, because those are our brothers and sisters. They have the same DNA. So this was a sign that that time was limited, and they knew what that meant because they were taught Exodus out the womb. They were taught the scripture. They know the scripture. So this is a sign for them that their time was limited. So they had to make a move. But it says what? Who will be judged? It says, and also the nation whom they serve will, that nation who the seed of Abraham served will be judged. So clearly they were the ones who judged. So they're the ones who were guilty of the servitude and affliction. You see? There was one who was guilty of committing these acts on the seed of Abraham. So, see, it's just that simple. And then it says afterwards, they shall come out. They shall come out. But they already claim they already came out. You see? Because they already claiming that they already went from Egypt to Palestine. You see? They claiming they already went out. You see? But this, right. They claiming that they claim they already came out. But they're supposed to be coming out now. It says after the 400 years they'll come out. So how are they already out of the land? Because they're claiming that the Bible is past tense, that these things have already taken place, that all this stuff has already happened, but it hasn't. The Bible is future tense. We're living out the Bible. We're living out Exodus. Meaning to Exodus, it said we should come out now, around the 400 years. And not only that, it said God will give them the land. So how did false Israel get the land? How did Satan get the land? He took the land from the Palestinians. He forced them off their land, killed their people, and forced them into Gaza, and put them in concentration camps, and forced them in oppressed, and made them miserable for 70 plus years. So does that sound like God blessed them? No, they blessed themselves. And not only that, either way it go, they're sitting on the wrong land, which would be another indication that they're not who they claim to be. Because God said what? God said, in the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Which is, he told you exactly where he gave them the land. Which if you go on the map, look at these coordinates, it's going to lead you to Arabia. So the land he would give them would be Great Arabia, not little Palestine, which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. They're false. You see, they're Satan. You see, they're not who they claim to be because they're sitting on the wrong land, which is another clear indication that they're not who they claim to be. And that's why it says, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep as Satan, that Satan don't fit the description of the Abraham covenant, that Satan was sitting on the wrong land, that Satan was impersonating as the true seed of Abraham, but he was indeed Satan, an angel. He was masquerading as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan, and he was wicked, that he was not righteous. You see, but you got Farrakhan saying that some are good, some it's just a satanic one. No, it says they all are bad. It said there is none righteous, no, not. They said no, not one. There is none righteous, no, not one. There is none that understand. They can't, because they got a different nature. There is none that seek after God. They can't. They had no fear of consequence for their eyes. They don't fear consequence, or else they wouldn't have did all these things that they're doing right now to the Palestinians. You see, they wouldn't be doing, or the devils. They wouldn't do all these things to us, terrorizing, torturing God's people. It says they have all turned aside. They are together become worthless. You see, there is none that does good, no, not so much as one. So this is what it tells you. This is clear. You see? And what does it say about Satan? It says Satan is the God of this world. So the reflection of the world, you see, is coming out of the mind of Satan. He's the one who runs the Caucasian nations. He runs the world. Everything is centered around him. Centered around he's the ideology of this reality. Everybody believes that they're the true seed of Abraham. So he runs everybody. You see, he's running the Caucasian nations. He's the Lord of the Caucasian nations. Satan is the God of this world. You see, and you see what the world is. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's wicked. It's violent. You see drug use. It's homosexuality. It's this. It's that. It's confusion. It's all messed up. It's chaos. You see. It's non-discipline. It's not. You see. You get what I'm saying? So this is Satan's reality, and Satan, right? And Satan, he's Satan. False Israel. And he's going down. You see? Just like you see what's taking place in the Middle East. Like you see what's taking place with the Palestinians. What they're doing. You see? Is what they're doing the works of God over there. Killing innocent children and women. Killing babies. Blowing up babies. Killing women and children. Starving. Killing children and women. You see? That sound like the works of God? It sound like the works of Jesus? Or it sound like Satan? It's Satan. You see? Because it said, know a tree by the fruit it bears. Know them by their works. You see? And what's taking place in Gaza right now is an abomination of desolation. Which is, abomination is something that causes disgust and hate. That's what's taking place. What's going on over there is disgraceful, causing hatred towards the Israelis, right, towards Satan. You see, for the world to view, seeing who they truly are, that their actions aren't matching up with their image anymore. Actions speak louder than words. What they're doing to the Palestinians is abomination. You see, desolation. That was destruction. They're destroying the Palestinians, killing them. You see, murdering them, blowing up children, committing genocide on the Palestinians. You see? And now the world is watching them, viewing them. You see? And now they're about to go down. And the fact that they're committing these acts is evidence that they're on their way out, that they're losing control. And they're intensifying the violence, which means that they've completely lost control and they're on their way out. Meaning they're about to be eliminated. You see? And what's taking place, like I said, is an abomination. Look at it. This is the greatest sign in history for our people to see that we are in danger. Our people's lives are in danger. You see? Because this will be a sign. Right before the destruction of false Israel. And our people, this will be a sign to us that our lives are in danger. Look at this. This is what Satan does. This is like the works of God, Jesus. Satan. See, looking for his loved ones. Looking for his family. Underneath all this destruction. They destroying all this destruction. Completely destroyed. Looking for their families, their loved ones. All this cruel hate, disgust. See? It's evil, wicked, cruelty, hate. Works of Satan. Take a look at this. This is like the works of Jesus. All this destruction, misery, hate, injuries, malnutrition, dehydration, starvation. You see? Bleeding. Destroyed. Miserable. You see? This look like the works of God. It's like the works of Satan, which is the God of this world. So they got the wrong one. They ain't got the Almighty God. This is Satan, which is the God of this world. You see? Who is wicked, evil, sick, twisted. You see? This is a starving boy, They starved him to death. This is what they're doing over there. This is what God's so-called chosen people is doing over there. Know them by their works. Know a tree by the fruit it bears. Know them by what they do. You see? See what they're doing. Now the world gets to see what they're doing. Their propaganda is not working anymore. It's backfiring. Now you get to see what they really up to. What they really about. You see? And they claim to be God's people. And their words aren't matching up with their image anymore. What they're claiming that they are don't match up. It's not matching up. It's not adding up. Something ain't right. They're not God's people. You see? And everybody like, who are they? They Satan. You see? So it's clear who they are. Their actions even show. You see? So everything you see over there is taking place is going to backfire on them. That's what it said. When 2020 came in, all things will fail. All things will backfire. It said they inherit what they say and do. So this is what's headed their way. Their consequence of what they're doing, the consequence of their actions is going to, everything they're doing to them is going to happen to them. They're going to be put under siege. They're going to be starved out. They're going to have no water, no food, no heat, no this, no that, no necessities, no nothing. They're going to be terrorized and tortured, you see? And they're going to end up dead, destroyed, completely destroyed. You understand? And this will be the sign for our people, because this is the sign we're looking for, because our lives are in danger during this point. You see? But you got people like this.
And forget what the news is saying.
Devils.
God's chosen people are the Israelites. With that being said, continue to pray for them. Forget what everybody else is saying. Continue to pray for Israel. In Psalm 122, verse 4 through 6, it even says it. And for those of you who don't know the verse, I will gladly read it to you. All of the tribes of Israel, the Lord's people, make their pilgrimage here. They come to give thanks to the name of the Lord, as the law requires of Israel. Here stand the thrones where judgment is given, the thrones of the dynasty of David. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. May all who love this city prosper. With that being said, stop thinking that humans, what they say, is the truth, because nothing but God's word is the truth. And for those who continue to laugh about what's going on in Israel, just remember, you are messing with God's chosen people. What social media is saying, and forget what...
So that's the minds of the devil. This is what they believe, because this is how the reality. This is how the reality is set up. They set it up this way, that God's chosen people is false Israel. So to hell with them blowing up innocent women and children. To hell with them oppressing the Palestinians and starving them out and killing them and blowing up children and starving in children and killing children. And to hell with all that. They're God's chosen people. Pray for Israel. Pray for peace for Israel. You see, those God's chosen people. Anybody that's laughing, oh, you're messing around with God's chosen people. So you remember that. You see, so this is their justification. So they're saying to hell with the Palestinians. They're not God's chosen people. They're going against God's chosen people. So they to hell with them. You see, because God hates them too. Because now that's why God allowed this to happen. Because you went against the wrong ones, right? That's what you thought. And it said, she said, what? Don't listen to what they say. Don't listen to what people say. Listen to what they're talking about. Listen to what humans say. Listen to what God said. Well, what did God say? You sure you want to play those games? You want to listen to what Jesus said? You see? You want to play those games? You see? You sure? Right. Because that's what it says here. You want to know what God said? God said, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not think knew the things deep to Satan, that Satan even disguised himself as an angel of light, but he was Satan. He was a god of this world. Who what? Who was the ones claiming to be something that they're not, claiming to be Jews, but they're not. They're lying. And what? The violation out of the ones saying what? The blasphemy out of the ones saying Jews to be themselves and not they are, but Satan. You see, that not one of them was good. Not one of them are righteous. Not they all were written under sin. That none of them understood. They had a different nature. None of them seek after God. They couldn't. Because they were wicked and evil and they had no discipline. They didn't seek after God. They feared no consequence. That's why they did all these. That's why they're doing all these wicked and evil things. They don't have it. You see, they got a wicked nature. It said they have all turned aside and together become worthless. There is none that does good. No, not so much as one. You see. So this is the words of Jesus. Jesus said their father's the devil. Their father's the man killers, made to make mischief and shed blood. Weak and wicked, went out killing and stealing and destroy, and everything they touched was poverty and disease. That's what Jesus said, that their ways are contrary from the fathers, that they're nothing but wicked, twisted, evil people. You see? Monsters, beasts, hideous people. You see? Beasts. So, you sure you want to play those games? Because it says those who believe in one part don't believe in the other. That's a hypocrite. You have to believe in all Allah's words. You have to believe in all God's words. So y'all pick the scriptures that relate that you want, and you make it do for use. You make it fit for you. You see? You manipulate the scriptures. You make it work for you. Whatever part you like, you use. Whatever part you don't like, you say, oh, it's corrupted. No, it can't be. It's either 100% correct or it's 100% corrupted. So which one is it? And we know it's 100% accurate and precise and on point and on time for this and on point and on time. You see? For what's going on today, in today's time. It's accurate. It's precise. 100% correct. So if you don't believe, then you're a disbeliever. That means you're a hypocrite. You're a liar. You're a thief. You see? That's exactly what y'all are. You see? And also, Jesus said what? He said what? He said, when you see Jerusalem, because this is the sign. This is what the pastors and preachers and reverends and doctors, the so-called spiritual leaders, so-called woke folk, all the fake folk, woke folk, everybody should be speaking about this. You know, this event that's taking place because the destruction of false Israel is coming after. You see? Because it says they inherit what they do and say. And they're doing all this destruction and all this hatred towards the Palestinians. And it's abomination of desolation, which is headed their way, which is justice to what their actions are. You see? A reflection of their actions. And they do this consequence, which is the abomination of desolation, which is a sign for our people to hit the hill, to get out of the suburbs, get out of the devil's communities and neighborhoods and all these things, because it says when Jerusalem is surrounded by armies, know that their destruction is near, and it tells you to flee. You see? It's because they're about to be destroyed, and if you hesitate, once they're destroyed, then these devils gonna kill you. So it says what? When you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, know that destruction is near. Who controls Jerusalem? Jerusalem is the capital of what? False Israel is. That means they're going to be destroyed. Not redeemed or punished, but destroyed. That proves that they're not the true seed of Abraham. Because it says what? Once God placed him in the land, they're not to be uprooted or removed. That's an abomination of desolation. Abomination, that's not supposed to happen. Desolation, that's not supposed to happen. Their destruction is not supposed to happen, which is going to send shockwaves through the planet, because now everybody's going to know that they weren't who they claimed to be, and they were Satan. And the ones who were protecting them and aiding them and giving them weapons to kill the Palestinians, and the same ones who was aiding them, America, these devils who were arming them and giving them weapons for the Palestinians and they were tormenting God's chosen people. They were cursing the real Israel. And it says what? Curse those who curse Israel. So now they realize that they're devils, demons, monsters, rapists, pedophiles, slave owners, killers, murderers. You see? People who was torturing God's people day in, day out. And now they do consequence. Now they're going to reap what they sow. It says that you were the personification of their judgment. Now they realize that you are the one you're the one to do it. It says, do unto them as was done to you. Now they cut your tongue out. Now it's time to cut their tongue out. And now you're the one to do it. Now they know it's you. You see? So now they get the call that you're the one that's causing all this hell and all this hell and all this everything they got going on that's causing hell for them. You see? Now you're the one. You're the reason why they're going through all this. You're the reason why they're now going to hell. You see? Now everything backfired on them, and now they're going down. And they had everything. Now they got nothing. Now they're on their way out. And now you the true seed of Abraham, the ones that they couldn't believe, that they hated the most, and they tormented and tortured, they had everything, and now they about to have nothing, you about to have everything. That's when they gonna attack you. They can't fathom that idea. They can't let that idea spread that you are the true seed of Abraham, because now if they accept that, they gotta accept their judgment, they gotta accept everything that come along with it. So now they're rushing to gain control by taking you out. So they're gonna become more violent, because what you do when you're on your way out. before you destroy, you're going to get more violent because you're trying all you can try, and you've lost your playing field. You lost control of those people because now you're resorting to violence, which is evidence that you're losing. So they're going to come at you full blown because now their fate is sealed, and they're on their way to hell, and they're going to reach out from their grave to take you with them. And that's why it says flee. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that destruction is near. It said when you see it, flee, 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 flee. Telling you to get out of their communities, get out of their neighborhoods, get out, get away from these devils, get out of the bed with them. If you're in the bed with them, you're in trouble. But if it's telling you to get the hell out of their community, get out of their neighborhoods, get out, get out, get out. Don't go back to get your baby, because if you hesitate, you're going to lose your life. If you hesitate, your family's going to lose their life. It said, don't go back to get your baby. Just focus on that. That's deep in this reality. What? My baby? I got to go get my baby. That's my baby. I got to go get my baby. A lot of people going to hesitate just off the baby thing. You see? That's how deep it is. You can't go back and get your baby. So you better keep your baby close. You better keep your baby near. Why'd you even leave your baby in the first place? I mean, I get it. Right. You have something to do. I get it. But that's how serious this time is. You see? You can't even go back and get your baby. You got to flee now. You got to go now. If you hesitate, you lose your life. Because they're going to kill you. They're not going to be playing with you. No more sugarcoating. No more sweetener. No more that. No more this. And that's why this message is important. It said, my people are lost from the lack of knowledge. Lost from the lack of knowledge. What? That once false Israel goes down, once false Israel goes under siege and they're destroyed, it says it's going to trigger the attack of all blacks. And it says, flee. So brothers and sisters, you have to get into the inner cities right away. Don't wait to the abomination of desolation. Get headed there now, because we're going to gather up as a great army and we're going to fight. You're going to have to fight. You see, ain't no praying for Jesus and waiting on Jesus and all that. You're going to be waiting on your death. You see, ain't no spooks and spirits and mystery gods. Ain't no Jesus died on the cross 2,000 years ago. Ain't none of that crap. Ain't nobody come to save you. You had to save yourself. You see, and we got the information for you. We got the higher pressure, which is we in the mind war. You see, we're going to give you the mind for this time, which is the highest pressure for this time, which this is a low pressure reality, which destroys this reality. And we're going to give you your protection, your 5 mathematical pillars of Islam to protect you from all evil. Say, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Meaning you're going to do well. You're going to be all right, because you're going to be able to walk through the fiery furnace without being burnt by the flames. You'll be all right. You see? But you need all these things. You have to get out of there, get away from them, get away from the devils, and get in the inner cities and get with your brothers and your sisters and do that. You see? Because it's going to get real. You see? And you're going to lose your life if you hesitate. It says flee. You see? Because once they destroy, they fleeing. That's urgent. And it said, don't go back to get your baby. So I hope you understand, brothers and sisters. So with that being said, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.